Live from Houston, Texas. Broadcasting around the world. You're listening to the Wedding MC Experience Podcast, a show that covers life, love, and drama to success, health, family, and relationships with your hosts, King Carl and Queen Misty. Ready for some fun? Let's get this episode started. King and Queen.
What up, world? That's right. We are back. The Wedding MC Experience. I am King Carl.
And I'm Queen Misty.
And yeah, y'all, we are back in the building. Shout out to all my wonderful people out there. I had a great week, a great couple of weeks, because y'all know we on every other week. And tonight is the night we definitely come. We said, man, listen, this is the anniversary edition. You know, our anniversary was actually yesterday, but the cool thing is we got to celebrate it yesterday. And it's always kind of hard celebrating an anniversary on a day of the week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're gonna make it crack
Work
all
it out.
week, right? Yeah, so you gotta make it happen. So we wanted to make sure we brought that into the show tonight so we could just talk about anniversaries, because there are a lot of nuances when it comes to anniversaries. But man, my beautiful wife over here,
Hey, y'all.
we made another year.
Yes.
We taking them 1 year at a time.
1 year.
1 year at a time, man. Listen, I know some of y'all out there, you want to be married and then look up and be celebrating your 20th anniversary. Boy, you know how many.
Talking about that time went by fast.
I know. I'm about to pull out my calculator. Is it 365 times 20?
Calculate.
How many days is that?
That's
Man, how many hours is that?
a lot.
That's a lot of hours, man. Listen, some of y'all in here, we know your marriages and your relationships are a little bit almost the energy is depleted, but we're gonna help you get it back. You know what I'm saying? Because last night was a great time, right?
It was.
So we had,
It was much needed.
It was much needed.
Because we are on the go. We're always doing stuff. And I'm like, ooh, we get some free time.
Yeah.
This adult time.
Yeah,
I'm
adult
excited.
Time. And as extreme as I might have been thinking, we're gonna talk about this tonight.
Okay.
But I was thinking extreme, and I was like trying to do all these things. I felt like when sometimes simple is good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Simple is with you being an at-home mom and then being at a point where if you could just get a time away from the kids and just me and you and just we go have some drinks and talk, which is what we did.
Right.
We had great conversation too, huh?
We did.
And we made some great people.
Yes.
We met some great people, man.
We did.
So that's always good. So I think that I consider that like recalibration, right?
Yeah.
Because we get a chance to kind of recalibrate. Some of y'all don't know what that is, but let me tell you what it is. All right. Recalibration. Here it is. Sometimes, and I always got to use little analogies, but when you drive your car all the time, you don't get your car lined, right? And all of a sudden you drive and you're like, girl, my car keep pulling to the left. It's like, when the last time you had your wheels lined up? You gotta get that alignment, right? To be able to get things back on track, right?
Right.
And then if we have to give another analogy, you ever been messing with your computer and your mouse, and like every time you move your mouse to the left or whatever, it go to the right, you're like, what the hell is going on? Well, then you need to recalibrate it, right?
Yeah.
So in your relationship,
Your
sometimes,
relationships need recalibration.
boy, because sometimes we fall
Sometimes
off the
they
tracks.
off balance. You
Boy.
like, what is going on?
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Looking around like, wait a minute.
Right.
So,
You want to do something, he looking at you crazy. What's wrong with you?
right.
You like, oh, you ain't feeling this? You know what I'm saying? Or because we get off. He's like, man, I just can't read her no more. It's like, she all extra touchy feeling. I'm like, man, I'm trying to watch the game.
It's not game time. Turn the game off.
Right, because that happens. And most of y'all out there understand what we're talking about. So, again, we're going to talk about this anniversary thing tonight. Tonight's topic is anniversary edition. And we said, we're going to name it that because at the end of the day, it's a celebratory moment. We're celebrating, but we're also going to talk about it because I think that a lot of people, have a misconception about anniversaries.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start this off because I want to ask you this because I know, I haven't talked to Misty about this, but I thought since some of our conversations last night with some of our new friends, new followers of the show, I thought it was very interesting. And I think I wrote some of them down. I said, And y'all can actually chime in. Matter of fact, I'm going to give out a phone number. Now, you know what? Let's do that too, Zeke. So 936-585-4627. Y'all get a chance to chime in. The number again is 936-585-4627. We're going to put it inside the chat part so y'all get a chance. Y'all can call in and be on the show tonight. But the question I wanted to ask, or the statement that we wanted to talk about was, do people celebrate anniversaries because they have to, they want to, or they must? Ooh. That's kind of
all
deep, right?
three.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I
And,
mean,
it also depends on your mate.
yeah, I would think so too. But I mean, just let's think about that though. It's like, people celebrate, because like, say for instance, a person is just like, hey baby, happy anniversary.
Right.
I mean, like, how would that feel? Okay, let's just say we've been together 22 years.
Right.
Man, just pull that out the air, but 22 years.
Right.
Like, hey, baby, happy anniversary. I mean, or as a person, do you expect something more?
I think it depends on how your relationship has progressed to that point. Because we're not 22 years in, I can't say how I would feel.
Right. So
but it's just a thought. I think it would be from how we've progressed to there.
Right. Do you think that the expectation is set when people first get together?
I do.
So
but only because most of the time people don't talk about it.
Okay.
But once they communicate with each other and like set the expectations,
right.
I think that would help.
So yeah, I mean, I think so too. But again, that brings back that comment that we had on the previous episode where we talked about people will do what it takes to be able to get people to be with them, to like them, whatever, even if they're full. And that means that people are not being transparent, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird, for that, to kind of be set up. But at the same time, if I did that to you, like I did everything to do to be able to get you, and now that I have you and I've been married, I was like, man, I don't feel like spending another $800 on another anniversary.
But you can't look at it like that.
Of course not. I'm playing devil's advocate. I don't
Right.
look at it like that, but I'm saying generically speaking, right? If
your intent is not there, then you're going to look at it negatively.
I think so. I think so. I think that there are people that are struggling out there. And again, y'all, we just put the number in the comment section, so y'all get a chance, call in. We want to hear your thoughts as well. 936-585-4627. Yeah, and give us a call. Let us know what you think as well. Do people celebrate anniversaries because they have to, they want to, or they must? I think that's very, very important. Now, how does it feel? And I'm gonna ask you this: how does it feel from your perspective as a woman? How does it feel if your loved one, myself, forgot your anniversary or forgot your birthday or our anniversary? How would that feel? Like, what do you think? What? How far into that you look? And be honest. I want you to be completely transparent, because there are people that are out there that probably need to hear. And if it's good or bad, just say, because we want to address that.
For birthdays, I would be hot. Anniversary, it depends on the number.
Now, why differentiate the two? Is it because the birthday is very, very personal? It's like,
that's my day. Anniversary, we share it, so it's like that should be like a shared appreciation or celebration. You get what I'm saying?
No, I get it holistically. I think you're right on spot. So what happens? Do you feel like if a guy proposes on your birthday?
What?
Or let's take it a step further.
You can't
I was leading on mine. But
yes.
But proposing is different from actual wedding day.
Yeah.
Let's say y'all chose to get married on your birthday.
Okay.
So now the anniversary.
For me personally, I wouldn't like that.
Right. So
I want 2 different days. I don't want to share. That was just like
no, it's cool.
No, seriously, because it was just like when we were preparing for Maddox. They're like, "Ooh, he's gonna come on your birthday," and I'm like, "No, he's not. I want my own birthday."
Yeah, she did say that. So I said, well, you better hold your breath. I guess you hold her breath. He might come on a day. I don't know.
Oh my God! Those are two different occasions, and I want to celebrate them separately.
Okay. I mean, I get it. Ladies, do y'all feel that way? Those that are watching, y'all give us a call. 936-585-4627. I mean, and I'm not looking at it like you're anal, but, is it two different gifts? I mean,
yes.
See,
Sure
my
is.
wife is not playing.
Wait,
She's like, look, yes, it's two different gifts, or it's two different celebratory moments. I'm not combining them. We got 365 days. Why must I combine my days of celebratory moments of milestones, right?
Right.
And some of y'all out there are like, yeah, girl, tell him. So at the end of the day, fellas, if you're watching, I think that you should be at a point where you really listen to this. If you have not, proposed or whatever the case may be, do not do something double down. I do so many weddings, and y'all know this, those that know out there. I do so many weddings of people that proposed either on Christmas or New Year's.
Yeah.
Now, New Year's might not be as bad, but Christmas is, some of the women are like, okay, I said I do, but it was kind of weird because now our anniversary is the same day as Christmas. Right? I'm like, and a player looking at it like, shoot, man, that's 2 for 1.
Right. That's not the right way to look at that.
I get it. I mean, and again, I'm not knocking anybody out there who got married on Christmas Day.
Yes, do your thing.
Do your thing.
Hey.
Do your thing.
I'm not mad at it. It's just not for me.
Because again, proposing and getting married 2 separate days, so it may not be as bad. I
don't know. It's just my thoughts.
Prerogative. Yeah. Well, I get that. I want to make sure I get a chance to hear from some people. Because I love being able to get the thoughts outside of ours.
Right.
This is a little different because we're already married and we don't have those nuances. We just
right.
have
But
a great time.
You proposed on my birthday,
Yeah,
or
I did.
the day before.
The day before.
Only because my birthday fell on a Sunday.
Right.
So he did it on a Saturday. But this proposal was gangsta.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm excited. Like, I'm still
Good,
excited over the proposal.
I'm sitting there like, I like the words she used.
What?
This was gangster.
I did.
Hey, no, I'm with it, baby. I like a gangster proposal. I came in with a whole lot of Tommy guns, and I was like,
you did
look,
not.
You gonna do this?
No.
Nah, I'm just kidding. We're just kidding. So for those that just chimed in, like, he proposed with guns. No. We're just kidding. But no, I guess it was a good night. It was really
awesome.
a surprise birthday party, and I, just felt the need to, hey, this is 2 for 1. I'm just playing. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. My guy, hey guys, listen here, man.
You cannot. The way that was set up.
Yeah, you can't be 2 for 1.
That was not a 2 for 1.
That's right.
That wasn't even close to a 2 for 1.
Right.
That night was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. For those that didn't get a chance to attend, man, we'll try to get a tape or something made. Maybe people.
Did you say a tape?
Oh, I'm sorry.
They don't. You see that he's
old
telling
school.
his age.
I'm old
telling
school.
his age.
That's exactly right. I'm old school. Listen up, y'all. Hold tight a little bit. Again, the number is 936-585-4627. So make sure y'all get a chance to call in. We want to hear from you all. We're getting you right on the air. Definitely want to make sure we get a chance to talk about it. It's funny because James Hackney says, I recently forgot our 13-year anniversary, but I always celebrated our anniversary day.
We first met
24 years ago. Okay, I mean,
we
that's a consolation.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's still good.
That's still good. And I think, if it's a genuine forget, it's one thing.
Yeah.
But if it's a forget and you don't remember the 2 weeks later, oh yeah.
Oh, you in trouble.
Yeah. Your verbal vernacular better be spectacular, because if not, you about to get it. So listen, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and take a little break real quick. Y'all get a chance, call the number, call in. Hey, Shannon.
Hey.
We'll see y'all in 1 sec. We'll be right back. What is the wedding MC? I'm glad you asked. Well, first of all, I am not a DJ. I don't play records. I am a master of ceremonies, one who truly moves the crowd. The wedding MC is the most extraordinary personality that will light up the crowd, entertain your guests, and make your wedding reception as fabulous as it deserves to be. With over 450 wedding receptions successfully completed and over 10 years of experience in the wedding industry, you can be rest assured that I know exactly how to deliver your dream wedding reception. From our very initial contact, I'll go the full length to understand the goals of your wedding reception and make sure the preparation is delicate through shared ideas so that you are provided with the perfect wedding reception. This will be memorable for all of your guests. As an incredibly passionate, experienced, and dedicated MC, I prefer meeting with my clients in person and being able to comfort you with a feel of my level of experience, energy, and personality. You can have all the bells and whistles, the tallest cake, the most adorable tuxedo and wedding gown, but if you want a reception where people enjoy themselves so much that they tell everyone they know, then you need the wedding MC. It can make the difference between having a reception or having a spectacular reception. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your special night while I take care of providing you and your guests with an evening you all won't ever forget. Get your wedding booked today at theweddingmc.net or call 323-834-8962. Remember, your reception, my voice. Your atmosphere, my personality. The Wedding MC.
This is the Wedding MC Experience. Podcasting around the world. The hosts and their guests share their experiences so you can get insights to the secrets of how to stay together.
Yeah, we're back. Back. That's right, y'all. It's King Carl.
And Queen Misty.
And we're back. The Wedding MC Experience. Listen, oh man, I just got to talk to a few people. This is absolutely funny. So it leads me to ask this.
Okay.
So since we're talking about anniversaries, yesterday was our anniversary, and we're excited because we're still celebrating. But we wanted to know, and if even if it's from a guy's perspective or a woman's perspective, we wanted to know what
are the milestones.
Yeah, like what's an acknowledgement of that milestone? Like as in, is it a gift or is it just a verbal happy anniversary?
No.
What would be considered adequate?
For the milestones?
Well, yeah, I mean for the milestone of the anniversary. I'm saying because some people say if a girl all he did was tell me happy anniversary. like what do you consider adequate?
She was probably expecting more. If that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So what would more be though? You get what I'm saying? Because sometimes like I think sometimes depending on the person.
It depends on the person. If you know that your spouse likes gifts, you need to get something.
Okay.
I'm dead serious.
Okay. I hear what y'all saying. Y'all believe that? I mean, y'all, you can, even if you don't want to call in, I need y'all to chime in. I want to see. Y'all believe that? Fellas, how you feel? I mean, I'm trying to figure it out.
Really?
And
it doesn't have to be a huge gift. It's just something thoughtful that you know that they like or they want. Like you've been paying attention, maybe to stuff that they've mentioned. Like, ooh, did you look at this?
So you are paying attention to it.
Observe your spouse.
So let me ask you this: and why is it so customary for men to do something for the anniversary?
No, woman needs to do. No. That's why I said it's shared.
Right, but I'm saying, it's customary, and when I say customary, I'm talking about it's almost like it's like a given for men. Men feel like, listen, no, I cannot forget our anniversary, and I can't come home without nothing.
I think you guys are a little more lenient on celebrating those than
us.
Yeah,
because I don't, if I don't receive it, that's perfectly fine. Because I think that every day is an anniversary. Being in my marriage, people looking like, oh, he just had to say that because he's on the air.
That is not true.
No, I really do. I think it's a blessing to be with the person that you like to have fun with. So I think that's great. But at the end of the day, I'm not anal like that. Right. But I think that there are some men out there who feel like it's one-sided.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for some men out there that feel like it's one-sided, what happened?
James said, "Preach, brother. Why is it just us?"
Right. So yeah, I mean that's a very, very
that's
important,
a good question.
Yeah. So and my thing is that do you feel like, yeah, I know you said it's shared, but do you feel like it should always be shared? I mean, because like how does me saying or doing something for our 5th anniversary differ from our 25th?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, do the gifts get smaller?
That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do the gifts get smaller?
No, them gifts need to get bigger.
She is a real woman. Some people say she's light skinned, but she's black. I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know. Don't let the camera fool you.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. She said, no, them gifts need to get bigger. When you say that, you mean in cost or in size? So like, can I buy a $30 clock that's real big? You're like, this box big. You're like, what the hell is this?
That is a good joke. Now, somebody.
I'm just trying to see what like.
No, that's awesome. I think only.
Tony says it's about knowing your spouse and their love language. That's true. That's true, and that's a very that's a very very good statement. That's a very good. That's a very good statement. But I think too that you can know your spouse, but at 25 years you gotta really know them.
Right.
Because at that point they've evolved, right?
Yeah.
Yo, we got somebody on the line. Who's on the line? Talk to us. Anybody on the line? Go ahead and talk to us. I know you were there.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? Who am I speaking with?
Hi.
Hey, this is Tiffany Walker. How y'all
Hey,
doing?
Hey, Tiffany.
What's going on?
Hey. Oh man, happy anniversary to you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. What you got
That's
going on? You want to
amazing.
chime in? You did you want to throw your thoughts out there about this whole anniversary thing?
Of course, mine is coming up. And I'm planning on a big one, 15 years.
Oh,
All right. Congratulations.
15 years,
Thank
boy. Hey, that ain't easy.
Mm-mm.
It's not. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You have to recommit yourself every day.
That's right.
That's why I said the gifts need to be bigger every year.
So,
Man, I'm just saying.
do you feel like that?
Especially on the monumental ones, it gotta be.
Right. So yeah, because 15 years is monumental. It definitely is a milestone. But let me ask you this: did you hear what I said when I said?
Oh,
do
yeah.
you mean gift bigger as in price or bigger as in size? She's gonna say both.
Oh man, bigger as you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not. I mean, who would? Of course, I love jewelry. We love things like that.
Right.
We also have to live every day. We have 3 boys over here too.
Okay.
2 in high school. So that isn't that important to me as far as the amount of money you spend. Maybe, I don't know, the size, I don't know, but it really needs to be meaningful.
Right.
I feel like it needs to be personal. Your partner, your mate, your spouse should know. They should know you. You know, like
I
the back
agree.
of their hand, and they should know exactly what will make you smile. Whether it's, you know, what I'm saying, $20 versus $2,000.
Yeah,
Right.
That's true. And here's the other thing too, Tiffany. You know, people are constantly evolving, right? So you're not the same
Right.
woman you were 15 years ago. There's some things
right.
that you've evolved and you like a little bit more than you probably liked 15 years ago, right? So he needs to
Very
be paying
true.
attention to that.
That's why I said he needs
Very true.
we need to
yeah.
observe
So-
each
but-
other
but-
as a partners.
So you see how I slid that in, right?
Yes.
So I slid that in, Tiff, because I wanted to say, is are you planning something big for him?
You know, I would like to plan something big for us.
Yes,
But
something
you
big
get what
for
I'm
us.
saying, right?
For us, actually, Misty, I'll be calling you soon about some trouble.
All right. Sounds good.
Yes, because we don't get to do those kind of things all the time.
Right.
And again, with 3 kids, it's kind of hard. You know, our travels are far in between. So
Right.
I think that would be a great gift for us, for each other, to have some alone time, some couple time, you know, to reconnect.
Right.
To reconnect, that's important as well. And we don't get a chance to do that, period.
Right. And
So,
it's it's very important to definitely reconnect. You know, I think that's something that we were talking about earlier when we said, you know, the whole recalibration thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The relationship itself, you know, always needs to be recalibrated because, you know, some of us, we get caught up in our lives and we kind of move and we just kind of, you know, get off beat. And it's not on purpose,
Right.
but it just kind of happens. But at the same time, I think the expectation still kind of sits there. You know what I'm saying? So even as y'all's anniversary approaches, like there's an expectation by him, even though he may not say it or you know what I'm saying? Probably, you know, and it may not be nothing erroneous or huge, but it may be something that, you know, is expected of you by him with where he is in his life now.
Very true. Very true. We definitely all have some kind of expectation. I will say we have 2 wedding anniversaries.
Wow,
to be
really?
honest.
So-
Yeah, we have 2.
How did that happen?
I know, right? We initially got married on October 1st,
Okay.
and I was pregnant, and I was big and pregnant, and could not get into a wedding dress. So the following year, April 16th, we actually had a full wedding reception and all that. So
Really?
we really do celebrate our original one, which is October 1st. And we more so less acknowledge the second one. You know, it might be a card, it might be flowers,
Right.
or something like that, but we do acknowledge it.
Wow.
But we tend to do more on our original date. That's actually on our marriage license.
Wow. So do y'all pick and choose which one to celebrate? Y'all celebrate?
Really?
I mean, I'm just curious about that. 'Cause I'm like, okay, I got $400 to spend. I'll spend 2 on one and 2 on that.
No. We need to come up
You
with more than
know,
$400.
Buddy, my mom and my husband, they both kind of kid about it. They said that I did that on purpose.
Oh,
I really
really?
didn't.
'Cause
I really did not.
Now let me ask you this. This is the last question I want to ask you. Do you feel like there is an expectation also of your loved ones to do something celebratory for your anniversary, or do you just expect them to just say happy anniversary?
I expect those that know me, that love me, to say happy anniversary.
Okay.
I've never had anybody like send us a card or anything like that. But I will get calls and text messages, and
Wow.
of course we got faithful Instagram and Facebook. You know, so it's definitely acknowledgement.
Right.
But that would be it. I would never expect a gift or anything from anybody else but him.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and my kids know, and I try to teach my kids, because, you know, we've had some years where I'm not going to say anybody forgot, but
Right.
it might have been a little overlooked just with what was going on in life at that minute. And I, you know, 15 years, marriage hasn't always been
Ice cream and
this food
cake.
that it is now. You know what I'm
Of course,
saying?
of
So
course.
Times it's like, ugh.
Right.
Okay,
Of
I
course.
got our anniversary coming up. But, you know, I try to definitely acknowledge, in the good times and bad times, I want my sons to understand that that day is important.
Right.
You know, you only share that with one person.
Right. Right.
And it doesn't have anything to do with your parents
Right.
or your loved ones, your siblings. It's just you and your spouse, and it's very important.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm the only female in the house.
Oh yeah. So you already know.
Yay.
So Misty knows what you're going through with that.
I'm all about it.
Well, Tiff, listen, man, we appreciate it. We got to wrap up. We're going to move on. But listen, that's what I want to know. I want to know what you have planned for him.
It's a secret.
Okay, good. Okay. We're going to let you make it. She paused too long. Tiff, we appreciate you. Continue to support the show. Make sure y'all share. Tell somebody about it. And listen, happy early anniversary.
Yes.
Thanks, sir.
We
Thank
appreciate you. We'll
You're
be talking
welcome.
to you.
Bye.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, y'all. So we're back. That's right. The Wedding MC Experience, man. If you're just tuning in, we do want to let you know, man, tonight is the anniversary, edition, and we're celebrating our anniversary. We wanted to talk to you all about it because, you know, there are some nuances, man. Like I think she kind of answered what I was about to ask at first. I was like, why are anniversaries important anyway?
Yeah.
Like what makes that so important? But she said it's a special time. It was a life-changing decision
that you two agreed upon.
Right.
To you taking this journey in life together.
Right. Now, before we go to break, I got a quick question for you.
Okay.
Let's say 2 people got together and now they not together no more, meaning married and then divorced. Do you still celebrate that anniversary?
You know what? Some people celebrate their divorces.
Yeah. So it's a divorce. I don't even know how to say that.
Divorce party.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure that out. Like because I've always thought about people being together a long period of time,
Yeah.
and then they get divorced. Like that date is kind of still in your head.
It is. I don't think it necessarily ever goes away, depending on how long that you've
Right.
that you guys were together.
Right. Because it becomes kind of embedded. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I think that there are people that have been together with people and they've been together so long sometimes and they didn't end up getting married that people just happen to remember the birthday. Like a day comes up, you're like, oh, that's so-and-so's birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who is that? What Tony say?
Tony said, "My husband and I celebrate daily. That day is what the world knows as our day, and we show it. Oh, we show the world we still rocking.
That's right.
But behind the scene, we grow, love, and appreciate daily."
That's good.
Yes, ma'am.
That's good. That's a good thing to do, and I think that's a great habit to start. Not just to be something that you just do. It's something that you continue to be able to kind of move.
We missed what Emery
Oh,
said.
Natasha, what did y'all say? So
Emery said something, and he said,
let's see.
"Not in mine."
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to.
Oh.
We're gonna have to make sure we holler at them.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. We gonna make sure we come back to them. You got it?
I had to triple blink. My eyes was messing with me. The
Got you.
contact was moving around.
Yeah. So Emery says, great. What he says, great. Can I feel the same way about Natasha? Oh, they talking through the chat.
Oh,
Him
okay.
and his wife. Shout out to Natasha and Emery in the building. Pooh, I see y'all. Listen, y'all, we're going to take this little quick break. We got to get ready for Misty's Flavors coming up. So we want to make sure we get a chance to talk. If you're just new to the Wedding MC Experience, again, the Wedding MC Experience, me and my beautiful wife,
Hey,
we want to
y'all.
make sure we keep people together. So y'all hold tight. We'll be right back.
Yes.
What's up, world? This is Carl Mays, the King Motivator, aka the Wedding MC. I gotta let you know, this is my 426th wedding here tonight. And I just wanna let you know, regardless of what happens, we're gonna make people have a great time. One thing that we always say is that people come to weddings, and when they go to the reception, they don't know whether or not they're going to stay. But if you love who you are, make some noise. The Wedding MC is basically an embodiment of something that's needed at a wedding. One thing I like is I like challenges. And when I emceed that wedding, it was such a fulfillment because I got to be creative. Is there a need for the wedding MC? Yes, I think there's a need for it. People don't know they need it yet because they've never seen it or had it. I sit down with them and let them know the psychology. The psychology is you have two families that don't know anybody in there outside of the people they came with or the bride and groom. And they're there to be able to blend and get to know other families. This is a mix and mingle thing because you're bringing two families together and you're blending them. So yeah, Wedding MC is going to be needed. Wedding MC is there to curate and create an environment to make people feel as comfortable as possible. Makes me feel, strong enough to be able to attack what this world has to offer every time I step inside my door. But the beauty about this one is that they'll never be like the Wedding MC. Again, my name is Carl Mays. You can find me, theweddingmc.net. I'll see y'all on the next one.
Yo, we're back,
We're
y'all.
back.
Listen, man. Right now, my wife, and I told y'all I got a dope jingle that's being produced. It's going to eventually pop out there. This is our 8th episode, and my wife will have a jingle, but this is the segment where we do Misty's Flavors. And for those that don't know, my wife is a nutritionist and also has her own travel business, and she does my booking for the Wedding MC.
And I'm a stay-at-home mom,
and
you
she's just a phenomenal woman. And you're beautiful, and your smile looks good.
Oh, well, thank
So the
you.
motto is to show your teeth while you got them, because you might be putting them on the nightstand after a while.
You know what?
Some of y'all will get that later.
You all right.
Yeah. So in the meantime, y'all, this is Misty's Flavors. Babe, what you want to talk to us about today?
Today, we are talking about acid reflux,
Oh, some of y'all probably sitting there right now.
a.k.a. heartburn.
Oh,
Y'all.
yeah.
All of that is caused by what you consume.
Now, you came up with that because what? Somebody?
Which, really? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so after you eat something,
Yeah.
the people who have it bad, they know what I'm talking about.
Right. I mean, because you have this conversation with somebody. This is why we talking about this, right? I'm just trying to say, they like, why she just talking about acid reflux out the
Yeah,
gate?
okay, so I decided, because I had a conversation with somebody about acid reflux. After they eat tomatoes or something tomato-based, because tomatoes are very, very acidic. They're highly acidic. It causes the heartburn and the pain. It builds up and it tries to, come back out.
That's right.
I'm trying to say that in a nice way.
Yeah, you know what she's talking
But
about.
it's burning your throat and your chest.
Right. You like, oh, that's good, but you tell your eyes water. You gonna constantly just be trying to eat that stuff. You gonna have to just lay back.
Oh my God. The reason for this, again, is what you consume. What you put in, you get out. I tell you guys this all the time. If you put junk in, you get junk out.
That's right.
So your body is talking to you when this happens. So when that occurs, you don't need to eat that no more. You just need to cancel it out of your diet.
That's right.
Or eat it every now and again.
Right.
So, with that being said, so that tomatoes was an example.
Right.
It's also coffee.
Very acidic.
Very, very
So shout out to
acidic.
all you Starbucks people. Somebody talking about, man, I'm getting my $5 ready right now for in the morning.
But wait, don't we can't get on the Starbucks. But every now and again,
Okay.
I'll have me a latte.
Right.
Not
so
all the time.
She's not exempting herself.
No, I'm not.
Right.
But I don't have acid reflux issues either.
Right. So
So-
how should somebody
Fix that?
Yeah.
Okay. Change in diet. Cut back. If you don't cut out your coffee completely, cut back on it. Cut back on soda. Cut back on dairy. We talk about this often.
Right.
Cut back on your meat intake. All of these are acidic. And I know our GI tracts are acidic, but the problem is we're always putting acidic foods in, which makes our GI tract overly acidic, which is why you have the buildup in your system.
Right.
So if you put foods in like veggie juice, then that will be your fix instead of doing a Tums or Rolaids or some type of antacid. Antacids are anti-acid. So if you're putting acid in, too much acid in, you about to have a problem.
Man, you just made that make sense. Man, I was wondering why I was burping so much. People out there like, oh man, that makes sense, man. Anti-acid. Yeah. Yeah, all of those foods are acidic, man. So ultimately, when it comes to the moral of the story is what?
Oh my God. Change or adjust your diet pretty much, and you won't have that problem. If yours is severe, you need to change it. Change your lifestyle. Don't just cut back on stuff. You need to cut out. You need to find out what the problem is and cut it completely out.
Wow. That's right, y'all. Misty's Flavors. This is what I live with. So, I know I'm sitting over here, a big dude, but I don't eat all the crazy. I'm trying to get there. All the kids are vegan. The wife is doing her thing. I'm getting that. Don't talk about
There's
me.
no judging.
We
hey,
trying to get
whatever.
there.
Life is a journey. Life is a journey. I talk
It is
about
a
this,
journey.
and we
It
didn't
is.
we didn't get here overnight.
Right.
So if it takes you a while to get there, then it takes
That's
you a
right.
while.
That's
Some
right.
people can
You
do it
fall off the
overnight.
wagon,
Get back on.
Get back on it.
No matter how many times you fall off, you get back on.
You know what? You got a crew. You better tell them.
Cerebral cerebellum. I had to think about it.
Yeah, man. Listen, y'all. Hold tight right quick. We're going to get ready for questions and margaritas. I know Queen Missy has to go get those margaritas ready. In the meantime, y'all enjoy this little sizzle. I'm working on this reality show joint. So we'll be right back. Y'all hold tight.
Yes.
Yeah, there are DJs that might MC at a wedding, but they don't do what I do.
We're running about 20 minutes behind, y'all. Go.
If you know somebody getting married, they need me. They don't know they need me yet. All you got to do is get them in touch with me. Once we introduce you all and all that wedding party, once we knock these shows, they'll forget that we're running behind. I'm going to be the one to be able to bring the people and truly blend them. And what I mean by bring the people is when you get them to your wedding, if you want them to stay, you need them. You see all these faces? They're not in here right now.
I was a little bit nervous.
They're not in here right now. They're not in here right now. It's just you and this chair.
Now look at the lady to your left. Now look at the lady to your right.
She's not your friend right now. Acting like this is a fun game. But I want you to sit down so sexy that your new husband is going to want to climb all over you.
I don't know when I'm getting married, but
Don't
you know,
worry.
when the Lord bless me with someone who I need to be they real.
The father-daughter dance, to the mother-son dance, to the anniversary dance, to cutting of the cake, to the toast, everything is a presentation. And that's what I do.
The energy you give is the energy you receive. And just keep moving like this while I just kind of introduce the next one. Don't worry about that. I got you.
The wedding MC was great. We had great energy. I felt really comfortable, and it was a lot of fun.
Come on, I need that wet party to get around there right quick.
The one thing I do is travel with a microphone. People say, when you go to work, what do you take in your toolkit? I take a microphone. I am Carl Mays, the wedding MC. So sit tight. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about soon.
Hype party of the year.
Even our photographer said it's the best MC he's ever seen. So it's been absolutely amazing.
I don't even like wet party.
Right, me either. Outside of
KMC.
that, that's right, John.
The team.
We're back. Hey, y'all.
We're back, and this time with some drinks. Cheers.
Oh, yes. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to Zeke. Cheers over there.
Yes.
Shout out to
cheers.
Zeke.
Oh, yeah. Also, guys, alcohol is acidic, too.
That's right. So we only do this because we want to have a great time with y'all. So anytime we're in the last segment of the show, we always say we're going to do questions and margaritas. So we don't know if you're going to get the right answers, but we're going to definitely give you some margaritas, all right? So listen, y'all, for those that are tuning in for the first time, Question and Margaritas are a segment that we come up with where we answer questions that are emailed to us from previous shows. So to give out that email address, you guys get a chance, send your questions in, and we'll talk about them on the next show. But the email address is theweddingmcexperience@gmail.com. Theweddingmcexperience@gmail.com. So you want to make sure you get a chance to be able to send those questions in, and we just go kind of sift through those and pull out some questions that we would definitely like to answer. And it's always kind of weird because we say, oh, what place is that person in? You know what I'm saying? Because it always depends on the space, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting about people, because human beings are phenomenal people. Y'all can hear my baby in the background. She went in there and made the margaritas.
And he saw me and he's like,
said,
where are you going?
Where are you? But it's all good. So they let y'all know we are a family show. So if your kid's in the background and you didn't call in because of that, perfectly fine. You can still call in. We like to have the kids in the background. Anyway.
Yes, the number is 936-585-4627.
Yeah, so y'all get a chance to call in. So I think you all would like to be able to answer this question, because I don't think we can answer all of this. This first question, is it a question or is it oh yeah, it is a question. It says, dating has become very difficult for me. I am 41 years old and I've never been married, but I feel like people don't want to date or court anymore. What are your thoughts on this?
I agree that dating is very challenging nowadays. I do. Wow.
I think it's very interesting, though. You know, and I think this is a great question for somebody that's listening or that's watching, that's single. You all should give us a call and tell us how it is, because I think the dating scene is
changed.
The dating scene has changed a little bit, and you know, with all the social media, all the instant messengers and all that, you know, I think it's a little bit challenging because people don't get to really be transparent.
Right.
But since we got somebody calling in, you want to say something?
No, the courting is needed.
Yeah, because I think that's a part of it. And I think you get
Right.
cheated if you don't do it. Caller, are you there? I want to hear what you have to say. Who is that?
Who's on the line?
Somebody out there? Okay.
Oh. Call
Okay.
back,
So if you get a
please.
chance, give us a call back, 936-585.
585-4627.
Yeah, because I wanted to hear that comment, especially from those single people. If you're single out there and you're in that trying spell of, you know, can't meet great people that are happy with who they are, then, you know, definitely give us a shout. Okay, here they are calling again. So go ahead and put them on, Zeke.
Hey,
what's going on? Who we speaking with?
Hey, family.
Hey, what's
Happy
up?
anniversary.
thank
Cool.
you.
How-
Hey, this is Hey, man, my name's Emery Price.
Oh, my bad. my bad. I know that voice.
Oh, that's why I didn't know who that was.
It's cool, y'all, Sam. Hey, happy anniversary. You guys done a great thing, man.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it. What you got going on, man?
Hey, what was your question, Carl?
So the question was that the person says, dating has become very difficult for me. And she says, I'm 41 years old and I've never been married, but I feel like people don't want to date or court anymore. What are your thoughts? Now, I don't know if that's a male or a woman because they didn't say, but, they just said, I feel like people don't want to date anymore. What are your thoughts?
Oh, wow. Well, that's kind of tough one since I'm married. So,
Right.
I put you on the spot on that, brother.
Right, but yeah,
man, my wife and I, we make sure we have a date night at least once a week.
Okay.
Man,
And as far as singles out there dating, I really can't relate to that right now because I'm not a married. I'm a married brother, happily married.
Right.
And so, but as far as that, but to the married couples, I think in order for the married couples to keep that spice on their relationship, they have to date, they have to court. And with my wife, I call my wife my girlfriend.
Yes, come on, girlfriend.
All that. All that. My best friend. Because it keeps the spice going. I know she's probably listening to me right now. Hey, baby, love you. I'm calling her right now. Boy, see that boy? Hey,
Where my girlfriend?
Where my girlfriend?
Yeah, no. I think those are great little ways to be able to keep it kind of spicy, keep it exciting, keep it happy. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that people get to a point where they get so far off track that they don't even know how to be like that anymore. And I think that's a good thing that you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
and
here,
go ahead.
Now let me ask you this: if you had to take a guess from what single people have to deal with as opposed to us that are married, and what they have to deal with right now when dating, especially if they're, like this person says they're 41 years old, so that means they're seasoned. More than likely they have finished school and they're just navigating life, but they can't run into any transparent people. What do you think is that challenge?
Man, lots of challenges, brother, because when you're out there dating as a single person, you don't know about that other person's background totally, because these days, man, so many people are dishonest about what they're doing. A lot of brothers, man, for certain, have a lot of chicks on the side.
Right.
Several women at one time, just to keep it real.
Because it's so easy.
Because right now the population of women is
but
outweighs is heavily like 20 to 1 for every man out there right now. You talking
about as far as the ratio.
Yeah, the ratio. Yeah.
But let me ask you this. So when you think about it though, but marriage is a choice. So it means that if guys are gonna be like that, I mean, from a technicality, it's kind of like an oxymoron, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying. So why commit? If
I mean, but it's just because they want to have their cake and eat it too.
To me, I honestly think that every brother wants to be married. With that right person.
Okay.
With the right person.
With the right person.
Yeah, but if they're dating so many, how do you really get to know the person or the people?
You can't. If you got those brothers out there that's dating several women, it's hard to do.
Wow.
Because you're not putting that focus on one person.
Right, you're not putting that 100% in.
All over the place.
Wow, that's interesting.
And then, when you're dating several women, it's hard for you to trust because you don't trust yourself.
There you go.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know what? And you know what? Just to be very, very frank with you, I think that a lot of people get cheated in this era of dating, and the only reason I say that is because, when you have social media sites or instantaneous sites like your Instagrams, your Facebook, a lot of people are meeting people through that, and I think that you get cheated because your profile is already there. So if I already know quite a bit about you, what you like, the little things that kind of make you smile before I even meet you. When I meet you, I'm coming in with the kill of knowing what I got to do.
Right. You already
exactly.
That part is already out the way.
Right. So I think I think that cheats.
So the game already been played.
Right. Exactly. so that's what I'm saying. So I think people kind of get cheated a little bit, and especially when you talk about dating sites. Dating sites, man. They set people up by profile and likenesses. And if I read a lot about what you put down, even if I'm not that person, I'm like, I can be that person.
I'm about to adjust to make you like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But even for it to work,
exactly,
it has to be genuine.
Right.
So there
that's what
are
I'm saying.
some people that find their spouses on dating
I
sites.
think so too, and I think,
Exactly.
but I think I would, and I'm just guessing, but I would think that it's probably far and few in between.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't know those numbers. I don't know the data behind that to say that, you know, how many people have been successful in finding a spouse, or how many people just, you know, successful in just kicking it with different people.
Yeah.
You know, so that's interesting. Pooh, man, I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you for calling in.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate y'all. Much love, family.
Yes, sir.
All
So yeah, y'all. So anyway, so the biggest thing is, you know, that's a very, very intriguing question. If you're just tuning in, again, we were doing questions and margaritas, and we're answering a question that a listener emailed to us, and it was dating has become very difficult. And she or he says they're 41 years old and they've never been married, but they feel like people don't want to date or court anymore. What are your thoughts? And I think that is definitely a stage that cannot be skipped.
Right. No, it can't be
Right,
skipped.
because if it's taking me all of these years to get to know who I am,
Right.
hell, I know I can't get to know you in just, you know, a week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a phase that people need to make sure that they don't skip over, because I think it's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to the second question.
Let's see. I feel like relationships are fabricated and that people commit only for personal benefit. Do you think this is true?
That could be true.
It could be. Maybe in the beginning.
Yeah, well,
Because you don't know the person's agenda.
Yeah,
If they have an agenda.
right. But like, when do you know? You get what I'm saying? So like, so it just speaks volumes about whether or not people are being transparent.
Yeah.
You know, because I think transparency is something that, I mean, let's think about it. You know, if a person, you know, let's just say naturally people are attracted to each other, that means they're on the surface. Issues and situations don't make people ugly. You know what I'm saying? So, which means that they're externally they can still be attractive people, but they're in a dark space.
Yeah.
And when two people are in dark spaces and they kind of like each other, 9 times out of 10, if you're in a dark space,
They're in a dark place.
right? Because energy you give is energy you speak. But
could be.
people are not being transparent. So what they do is they seek edification or they seek validation. You know,
Yeah.
from the other person. Hey, oh, you're a good-looking girl. Oh, okay, but you're thinking to yourself, I don't feel really.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right now,
But
I'm just,
neither of you are expressing that to each other.
right. So that's what I'm saying. So it's fabricated.
Yeah.
So if people are
But
fabricated.
if you're just meeting somebody, you can't.
That's
you-
right.
You,
Self disclosure, right?
you can't do that.
Right. So now
So I
we're,
say, oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing bad, man. I
Right.
just
You
lost
get-
my car.
That's right.
I got.
you like, I ain't gonna talk to him. Oh my God, he ain't got no car. He talking about you give me an Uber or drop me off?
Oh.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So which causes people
Yeah.
not to be transparent.
True.
So when the person says, I feel like relationships are fabricated, maybe that's a damaged person saying this, but at the same
Yeah.
time, they have a
not
point.
all relationships are fabricated.
Right. And I think there's a responsibility though, not only on the person that is hesitant about telling about their situation, but also on the person that is asking those questions. You know what I'm saying?
If they ask them.
Or if they ask them. But I'm saying if you ask them, I think the responsibility is, be kind enough to know that if a person does share something like that
Right.
may be kind of demeaning or mess with their self-esteem a little
Don't bash
bit.
them.
You're right. Or don't step
Attack.
on
Don't be like, oh, well, I'm not gonna talk. Don't be nasty.
right. Yeah, like, oh my God, now your whole energy changed, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. You ordered a drink, but now you're like, I'm going to the restroom, but you never come back.
That's so mean.
There are people that do that because there's an expectation sometimes of people by the way that they appear,
Yeah.
and y'all know what it is. We dress pain up well,
Yeah.
and one thing I know about humans, they know how to dress some pain up, and when you see somebody all the damn time. 9 times out of 10, they ain't got nothing going on. No offense to nobody out there.
Not offending anyone.
So I think
Lewis
I think
said, "Fake in a relationship, fake out of the relationship."
yeah, Lewis,
Yeah.
You should call in. I want to know further on that. You got to explain that. 936-585-4627. Lewis, I would love to hear what you mean in depth about that, because I can read into that and develop my own opinion about it. But
Right.
I want to know, fake in a relationship, fake out of the relationship.
So if
That's deep.
yeah.
I don't.
So that makes you like a fake person.
Yeah, well, of
altogether.
course.
That's what I take from that.
Oh, of course. And I think about it all the time. I mean, like are there times are there times where you've been the culprit or been the victim or both?
Ooh.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because people tell people what they want them to know. It's kind of like a democracy. It's like the government. They only tell us what they want us to know. You know what I'm saying? Nobody say nothing about all that other stuff because they like, no, we don't want to sit in chaos. But it was like, wait a minute, ain't this a democratic? We the people put the people in office. We should know, right? So that's how you feel when it's all called controlling your information.
Yeah.
So if I'm the controller, I meet you. I'm sitting at a bar. I'm the controller of my information.
Yeah.
That means I can control his narrative. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna tell you what I want you to know or how I want you to be able to react. I'm gonna say something to be able to get you to react a certain way, even if I'm feeling bad, because I already tell you digging me,
Right.
and vice versa. And now we got two people that's liking each other on false pretenses,
right?
And then they get together, and then a month goes by, and then they get together some more, and then 2 months go by. They look up, 9 months that went by, and now they heavily involved. One of them, or if not both, start to unveil. Mm-hmm. Now they start to unveil. You like, oh, what's this bullshit? This some bullshit.
I don't know this
You
person.
didn't tell me.
Who is this?
You didn't tell. You like, what you talking about? I didn't know you that well. Now I know you. Like, oh no, but that ain't what I bought. That's like selling somebody some fake Jordans. I'm just saying. Y'all can say what y'all want, but I think that's a very, very key thing. Tony says, I agree with that. I've experienced that as well. Me being in the wrong and right. That's right. Yeah. So we got a call on the line. Caller, we want to hear from you. What you got? Holler at me. Oh, you got a few calls in. I like that.
I like it. That's a jingle.
Yeah, it is a jingle.
But not ours.
Oh, I know. We got to make sure we get that jingle like that.
Yes.
We got a call on the line. What's up?
Hey, Carl, this is Lewis Clark.
Lewis.
My faith frat brother.
Hey,
Lewis.
What's up, Lou?
How you doing, man?
Hey, man, explain that. I wanted you to explain that comment. Fake in a relationship, fake out of the relationship.
So it's about authenticity. If you have an agenda, then you got to represent something that you really are not.
Okay.
So if that's what you put in, then you're going to get that same unauthentic reality brought back to you.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. So let me ask you this: do you think that there are some relationships out there that may have started on false pretense, but they have succeeded?
Oh yeah, we call that the club.
Did he say the club?
The lights are dim.
Come on, club.
Made up,
Yeah. And then you have to go behind and clean all that up.
right? And then you add alcohol to the mix, so you really not in your true self.
Right.
Oh.
Right. So you can blame it on alcohol.
Yes. Yes.
I appreciate that honesty.
That
I
was
agree with
good. That was good. I like that.
Yeah.
I agree.
He's
I
like,
see
yeah.
it all the time as a pastor, man. I even see it in church. They come all dressed up.
Yeah.
Yes. That is so that's true.
I appreciate your candidness, brother.
Yes.
I mean, no, that is definitely something that needs to be said, and I'm glad you said it.
Yes. They call that 42 fake out every single week.
The 42 fake out.
Oh,
No,
Lord.
man. No, you got a point. So let me ask you this. Do you think that people that feel like they have to say something that is probably not who they are or what they believe to be able to get what they want, do you feel like those are people that are insecure about who they are?
Definitely.
Oh, yes. They know what they want, but they don't want people to know who they are.
Exactly. So that's a lot. That's a lot of what's going around, which is why you have situations like now in this day and time. I'm gonna give you a little bit of data. So in the last 10 years, not only has marriage went up, but divorces went up. So what does that say about our generation as opposed to the baby boomers, our mothers and our mothers' fathers and them? They had longer lasting relationships. It's not that they didn't cheat or anything like that, but they thought the union of marriage was definitely a little bit more
important.
Yeah, than the way some people see it as a trend or like it's a style.
because we live in a culture that no longer rewards commitment.
That's right.
Not in marriage, but look at how fast people change jobs now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You're right.
That's because
nobody's working at GM trying to get the 50-year pen.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Because the companies are no longer loyal to the employees.
Right.
So employees are like, well, I can move around too.
That's right. So the sense of loyalty has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the sense of loyalty is changing the culture. You even see it across the board. Politics.
Yeah.
Religion.
Of course.
Relationship.
Right.
And so because of that lack of commitment, you see it also in relationship. Oh, man, we got kids now? Oh, you don't look like you used to. You don't look like what you represented in the club.
Yeah. No, that does happen.
Right.
Bro, I appreciate your comment, man.
Tiffany said, come on, Rev.
Yeah, come on, Rev. That's right. But he's been, Lou, man, I appreciate you, man. Keep supporting the show. Make sure you keep sharing it.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, listen, I love your comments. We'll definitely make sure we get you on one time so we can make sure we do our thing. In the meantime, we're going to holler at you, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, once again, y'all, the Wedding MC Experience, you have endured another hour of your time with us, and we appreciate you all. We do want to say the Wedding MC Experience, you make sure you follow the Facebook page, make sure you follow the Instagram page at the Wedding MC Experience. We want to make sure you see on that screen, we have all of our stuff will be on podcasts, different podcasts around the country. You can get them on your Google Play or your App Store. You can definitely download Spotify, Anchor, Radio Public, Pocket Cast, iTunes,
Breakers, SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, all of them. So it'll be on there 24 hours from now. But make sure you go to the YouTube page, The Wedding MC XP. Make sure you subscribe to the page, y'all. Stay locked and loaded. One of the things I always say, I'm going to charge you all with something. You make sure you stay locked and loaded on positive info, because they say if you want to be a positive being, you got to keep it around you. All we're trying to do is make sure we keep people together. Natasha, I see you. I appreciate y'all. Continue with the comments. Make sure y'all share the video so it can continuously get out there. We are doing organic growth. We're not paying for anything. We're going to make sure our people stay with us all the way through, and we continue to make sure y'all support us. Again, the Wedding MC Experience. I am King Carl.
And I'm Queen Misty.
Once again, y'all, we'll see y'all next time. Holla Black.
You've been listening to the Wedding MC Experience podcast. Join the King and Queen next week, where they make you stop what you're doing and enjoy another unbelievable experience.